Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Vikings Season 6, Episode 17. Let's quickly go over what happened last episode. Basically, I feel like the main stories of the season have been wrapped up. You know, Bjorn's not around anymore, now Gunhild is not around anymore. Oleg is not around anymore to cause issues in Ivar's storyline. Ivar and Vitsark are back at Kattegat, and now the issue is someone that I really forgot about, which was Alfred. And they want to conquer the last kingdom of the last kingdom of England, which is Wessex. That's the biggest one. So how they end up doing this, no idea, but that seems to be, they're setting it up now. That seems to be what's going to go down for the next 4 episodes. Them doing that's going to be like their quest. Harold is on board with that too. I'm surprised Harold isn't a little bit salty because people are like, Hail Ivar, King Ivar, blah, blah, blah. It seemed like the last couple of episodes, especially with Gunhild dying, Harold kind of was reevaluating everything, which was crazy because he did a complete 180 from the beginning when he stormed into Kattegat and was like, I'm king. Like, he made a huge entrance, I guess, for no reason, because now he's down for the Wessex plan too. Ube's whole storyline, we know what's been going down there. It's craziness. With 4 episodes left, hopefully they land somewhere and maybe Floki shows up. I can't see that happening, though, realistically, after the way that we ended with him, which I barely even remember. But I don't think that wherever they go, unless they travel in a circle or end up back in Iceland, I don't know what's going to happen to them. I mean, they're just trying to survive right now. So that's what's basically been going down. I'm going to shut up and get into the episode because I didn't want to do a huge recap on this. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 17.
This place always reminds me of the great shipbuilder Floki. Don't tell me you have never heard of him.
Aw, he's got to be coming back now.
Floki used to say that his ships never butted against the waves like a goat, but moved through them. I hope our craftsmen are as skillful as he was.
The fact that they name-dropped Floki makes me think that he's for sure coming back. I mean, come on. Do they all think he's dead? I guess they just think that he's dead.
I have decided to leave you in charge of Kattegat.
Ugh.
Officially, you and Ingrid will rule in my absence.
Why?
Things are coming to a conclusion, but I can feel it in my bones.
I feel like he's ready to die, like he's prepared to die. And I remember seeing a comment or two about Harold being the last great Viking. I hope that's not a spoiler for anybody. I feel like everybody's finished watching at this point.
I'm Viking. I'm not one for settling, for staying. One day, I'm sure, we will all be settled. I will still repair my ships. I like to feel the sharp wind and the salt spray on my face. And when I feel that, I'm free.
I feel like that's the sentiment for a lot of Vikings. They're kind of a very nomadic people. Very interested in exploring other lands and just traveling and not really staying idle and settling down. Maybe the women, but I feel like all of them just have this innate feeling of exploration. Oh my god! Holy shit! He looks so different. He looks like Rollo. What the fuck? We haven't seen him since he was like a little baby. No hair, no nothing. Now, you know what? He looks like Egbert, actually.
Eddington. I remember it. Ragnar carried me up the steep hill beyond the town to the ramparts of an ancient fort. This is a perfect place for a battle.
Oh, wow. I want to go back and rewatch that now. I remember that. I remember when they were kind of bonding.
I am the Kingmaker. I saved Bjorn's life, and now I make myself king.
Wait, what?
And you will be my queen.
Are you sure you really want to marry a witch?
Yes. I think it would be very exciting.
Now turn around.
I mean, come on, man. It's like textbook at this point. Harold knows that this guy is sus. He looks like Rollo. Why does everybody look like Rollo this episode? Are they trying to prepare us for something? It's the same shit he probably did to her as a slave, so oof. Oh, he's into it. He's into that shit. Interesting. I feel like they're both a little crazy, so maybe they're good for each other.
My Lord King, I bring most urgent news. A new Viking army is approaching Wessex, with at least 200 boats. So it is said, my Lord King. They are Norwegians. The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok.
Yikes. He was friends with one of them, though. Alfred. He still has the chess piece that Ragnar gave him. That he played chess with Alfred. They were cool. I mean Alfred. With Ivar. And Alfred.
We should announce our presence. Start spreading terror among the local population. Hopefully we can steal some horses and find out if Alfred is mustering an army.
It's possible that they have plans to meet with Viking settlements or war bands along the Mercian border or elsewhere. Their army is far too big to ignore, but we should try to engage it on our terms.
So we must evacuate here.
Yes.
I can't bear it. I can't bear the fact that it's the same Vikings that killed your grandfather and your father. Even when they are defeated, they win. You've been so keen on peace, you've rushed in and agreed to their terms. But for the most part, they don't mean it.
I mean, she's not wrong. It's always been compromise after compromise. In favor of the Vikings, I guess. Oh my god. That's like the top 2 worst areas I could think of to cut. Ouch. Oh, if you're a girl, I don't know how you did not cringe at this scene because she fucking cut her titty off. Oh, and she's gonna put it under his pillow. I hope it works, girl. I hope it works.
Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Wessex. For the time to favor her, yea, the time set is come.
Charge!
Oh. Wow. Oh, I thought that was Ivar. Where the hell is everybody else? Like Vitzer and the rest of the party. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was wondering. Wow, Vitzerk's fighting style is so chaotic, man. He just does anything. Jesus.
You still alive, huh? As you kissy. What took you so long? Huh?
It's crazy that soldiers just died in little skirmishes like this. Like, you see all those bodies on a show and you don't think anything of it, but in real life, like, those were people and they just die. Within 5 minutes of the start of the attack, their life is just over. I feel like Ivar might want to kill Harold after all this, or maybe during it. He could just say that he died during battle.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Proud? In what way?
Leaving the ancestral home of the kings of Wessex.
Surely you understand that the spiritual home of our people is vested not in a place, but in a person. It is only important that Ivar does not capture me.
for I am Wessex.
We should position scouts on tops of all those surrounding hills to warn of his approach.
We just wait.
What is it? Eric!
I can't see.
It's like Odin.
What's happened to you?
I'm half blind.
I drive it into the eye of the...
What if he's turning into Odin? So she definitely intended for that to happen. Why just blinding him, though? He'll still have power.
Very soon, all of this will be ours. Everything as far as the eye can see.
And heralds. Huh?
Nah, it seems to me that King Alo's days are probably numbered.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ivar's gonna kill him. Does she not? I mean, do the gods not hate her for performing magic like this? I'm kind of wondering if she's just performing of her own, like, powers, or if she's summoning the magic of the gods and the power of the gods, because she names the gods when she performs these spells. But I'm wondering if this is condonable because he, because of his shitty past.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
Wow. That's scary. I'd probably have the same reaction too. But, why doesn't she just kill him? I don't get it. What? Land? Land?
Don't scare me, Oba. I can't see
What?
You must be blind.
Is it really there? Are they back where they started? Where is that? That's probably giving them like that extra, that boost, that will to live.
Everything that you said was true. I should have believed you.
You don't need forgiveness, Ube, son of Ragnar, because I know deep inside you always believed. That is why we are here.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how long it had been. Oh, that's it. Fuck. Damn. Emotional ending. Really emotional ending. Wow. I liked that episode. That might have been one of, in terms of Ube's storyline, I'm going to say Ube's probably was the highlight of the episode for me. And I usually don't focus on Ube's storyline because, it's the same thing. It was kind of like a survival storyline, but now with them being on new land, it opens up a lot of new opportunities. I think maybe Floki will return. They talked about Floki this episode. Harold, when they were building the ships to go to Wessex, he was literally talking about how Floki was known as one of the best builders ever. He was known as the boat maker. Now, Harold was talking about him as if he was in past tense, so maybe word of mouth, maybe they just assumed since Floki hadn't returned to Kattegat, they didn't really get a lot of news of the Iceland. I don't remember what kind of news they actually received from the Iceland settlement, if at all. Iceland, whatever. I don't know if they received any news from what happened there. I don't really remember or recall that. So, for all they know, Floki could be dead. So they were kind of just speaking about him in past tense. That could be because he left to go to Iceland. So, I don't know. But just the mere mention of Floki makes me truly believe that either next episode or in the next, 3 episodes, he's gonna come back in some fashion. You know, and I said this a couple episodes ago, I don't care if characters like this, like Floki or Rollo or anybody, come back for 5 minutes just to die, or we just see them die or go to Valhalla or some type of, you know, send-off. I don't care. I just want to see them. Just the mere mentioning of them makes me think he's going to come back. I feel more confident that Floki's going to come back than Rollo, though. I don't think Rollo's going to come back. Yeah. With 3 episodes left and they're kind of not really focusing on any aspect of any storyline that could tie into Rollo. There's no mention of Rollo. I don't know what the, you know, lifespan would be here, but it's been many, many years. I assume if Ragnar were alive, he would be reaching his super old age at this point and just would have died. I mean, even Lagatha was pretty old, and not many people during this age doing the fighting that they did, doing everything that they did, living the lifestyles they lived, not many people lived super long. You know, just the average lifespan was not super up there. So I don't know. I'd be very surprised if we saw Rollo at this point, but it would be cool. It would be a pleasant surprise for me. Just to wrap things up and to bring it back to those OG days, those OG Viking days. I would love that. I would love a little taste of the essence of the beginning of the show, just to end it out, you know? In terms of Ivar's whole storyline and Harold and all that, I do think that they're setting up Ivar maybe potentially killing Harold or wanting to kill Harold, or assuming that he's going to die in some way, whether Ivar be responsible for that himself. No idea if Ivar's going to do that. I feel like now that they're setting up that Ivar might want to kill Harold, that it might be the opposite, and Harold will maybe strike first. Although I can't see Ivar letting Harold, out of all people, getting the best of him. I can see Harold killing Hvitserk. I feel like they've been building up Hvitserk potentially dying. I thought that he might have died already, just because he had that whole emotional breakdown a couple of episodes ago, how he's amounted to nothing. He, you know, what is he alive for? Essentially, he hasn't accomplished anything, and I believe that that's not true. And I do feel bad for Hvitserk for the way that he feels about that and about himself and what he's accomplished. It almost feels like he thinks that he's the forgotten brother and he's not amounting to much. And he's only really sticking with Ivar because of the prophecy. I forgot about the prophecy too. So if Hvitserk dies, it's got to be Ivar that kills him, maybe. Not Harold. So maybe it'll be the other way around. Maybe since Ivar is so adamant about Harold being killed, maybe Hvitserk will end up killing Ivar instead. But yeah, they're kind of leading me to believe that Hvitserk is going to be the one to die, but they're also leading me to believe that Ivar wants to kill Harold. They're leading us to believe many different possibilities could happen, so that we're surprised when whatever outcome happens. So the goal right now is to take Wessex, but you know, everybody's evacuating Wessex. Elswith, Alfred's wife, not too happy about that. She's kind of, you know, upset that they're moving all their people, but it's necessary. There's going to be a huge attack. And if he's learned anything, it's to not let Vikings raid any form of land that you have, any village, because they will, you know, steal, kill, rape everybody that is there. So that's one thing that he learned. Really cool to see Alfred again. I'm very into this whole storyline again. I mentioned this. If you are fans of The Last Kingdom, it's kind of cool to see these characters, you know, integrated. Because I only started watching The Last Kingdom after I was introduced to Alfred from Vikings. So after, you know, season 5 of Vikings is when I started watching The Last Kingdom, and then that's all about Alfred. He's in it, you know, for the majority. And I think that that's just so cool to see the shows kind of blend in that way. And I won't say anything else because I don't feel that I've spoiled anything about The Last Kingdom, but super good show. I love that they're including this aspect. Now, whether or not it's going to go down and be successful, don't know. I can't predict that. But I'm going to get into the next episode now. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already. And I will see you guys for episode 18. All right, bye guys.